I'm Joey.
I'm Jason.
And this is Metal
Monster
Review. Hey, it's been a little while since we've done a review, but this is something that kind of came up here earlier this week and it really needed addressed. Being that this is Metal and Monster Reviews, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of a great metal album from one of my personal favorite bands of all time. Today we are going to review Iron Maiden's Piece of Mind. This album just turned 40, and I tell you what, this is a killer fucking record. So much good stuff came off this album here, and what's interesting about this album is this was the first album to debut drummer Nico McBrain, and a lot of killer work came in off here, and you can even just tell by the opening track, Where Eagles Dare, which is one of the most iconic opening songs to an album as far as I'm concerned of all time. Jason, would you like to talk a little bit about Iron Maiden's Piece of Mind album?
Yeah, it's a great album. It's another one of the albums where it's kind of hard to pick. Well, what's the best song on here? Because they're all
they're all good. There's not a bad song on this record, and so many iconic songs on this album too. Like a lot of fan favorite stuff on here. You know, The Trooper.
Yeah, The Trooper. That's probably the number one fan favorite right there.
I mean, The Trooper, and it's such a killer song. And even, you know, when you see like the t-shirts out there with, you know, Eddie as the British soldier with the British flag behind him, you know, and it just says The Trooper. It's so iconic. And just that song itself, Where Eagles Dare, as I mentioned, is a great song. And that's one of my personal favorites off this album.
I think one of my favorites, like The Trooper's awesome too, but I think my favorite song on here is Die With Your Boots On.
That's a killer song. That really is a great song to listen to. And I'm glad that this album has held up. You know what I mean? And like I said, Liquid Metal was playing it this week, and it was hitting its 40th anniversary. And that's the thing about Iron Maiden songs. They really, even though they're aging, to me, they're still great.
Well, they hold up perfect.
They really do.
It's almost like Bruce is telling a story every song.
Yes.
I mean, if my history teacher would sing like Bruce, they give his lectures and exams, I probably would have paid a lot more attention in school.
Yeah, you'd have listened more in history class because he's telling you. And that's one thing I love about Iron Maiden. A lot of their songs are about history, you know what I mean? But I mean, like I said, even like these songs, you know, some of them are in their 40-year range, 42-year range. They still sound awesome today. You know what I mean? It's like they're just aging like a fine wine. And that's what I love about it. But I'll talk a little bit more about this record. One thing that I definitely love. I love this album cover here of Eddie just in the straitjacket. And I think that's so iconic. That's an iconic look. What a great, you know, logo that you have here. And that came from Derek Riggs. You know what I mean? Die With Your Boots On is a great song on here. To Tame the Land's a good song on here. Sun and Steel. Revelations. You know, you can't really go wrong.
Yeah, Flight of Icarus.
Yes, hell yeah. And that's a catchy song too. So I'm glad that this album has kind of stood the test of time here, and I'm glad it's hitting 40. And if you haven't listened to this, please, by all means, sit down and give this album a listen. Jason, would you like to add anything more about Iron Maiden's Piece of Mind?
Yeah, just definitely, this is one of Maiden's albums to check out. I know they got a whole shitload, but
you can't go wrong.
But you can't get wrong. Like if you're not a full blown metalhead, you listen to this. Everything's so catchy. All the guitar work. It's a great album.
Without a doubt. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm Joey.
I'm Jason.
And this is Metal
Monster
Review.